Hey guys, Taylor here, and today I'm back with another Division 2 video. Now we've just got our hands on World Tier 5 and have been playing for a good few days now, but we need to start preparing for the raid that is due to release at the end of this month. And in this video, I'm hopefully going to help you on your way to being raid ready. Now before I do get into the video, I do just want to let you know, we kicked off a brand new giveaway a few days ago, and that's for your chance to win a limited edition Super Smash Bros. Nintendo Switch console. To enter that giveaway, make sure you follow the link down in the description. With that being said, let's jump straight into the video. So first up, you're going to want to hit max gear score. Now the way me and the rest of Arekkz Gaming have been doing this is mainly farming the DZ, and more importantly, the occupied dark zone. In World Tier 5, Black Tusks have a chance to drop the new gear sets, as well as the named Black Tusk enemies actually have a chance to drop the new exotic LMG called the Pestilence. Now don't get me wrong, it's not the best exotic in the world, but it will definitely come in handy, and you'll see why later on in the video. So by farming the Dark Zone, I mean you're going to want to be hitting landmarks. Not only do landmarks have a lot of NPCs to kill, but a lot of them tend to have a chest as well to loot. So there's multiple ways to obtain loot from a landmark. You have the chest, you have the random NPCs, you have the named boss, and then you have the rewards for completing or clearing a landmark. So that's already 4 ways to get loot whilst doing one activity. Talking of landmark rewards, whilst you are in the Dark Zone and collecting vast amounts of gear, you can actually get even more gear by making sure you have the Tier 11 reward activated, which gives you extra loot for completing Dark Zone events like landmarks and whatnot. On top of that, once you do hit level 50 in the Dark Zone, every level after that you'll get a Dark Zone field proficiency cache that'll also give you high level gear, much like a field proficiency cache would in the PvE open world. Whilst you are doing all of the above, make sure you're equipping your highest gear score items. Don't really worry about a build too much at this point, because you're going to be focusing on the PvE side of things in that occupied dark zone. Put on your highest level gear score items, because I feel, and the rest of Arekkz Gaming feel, that this actually helps and increases the chances of getting high level or high gear score level items to drop. And once you do have a fair few pieces of gear at gear score level 500, that's when you want to start looking at builds and whatnot. So yeah, that's the way me and the rest of the team have been doing it for every world tier. Jumping into that occupied dark zone, farming our loot, sharing our loot as well if some of us weren't getting higher drops. Waited until we all got to max gear score until we started piecing out our builds. Now I mentioned a few times then that max gear score is 500. In a way that isn't the case. 500 is a soft cap, which means that's the highest your gear will drop. But you can actually push beyond this. And to be fair, you can push beyond it with relative ease. This is where the recalibration station comes in. Once you've started getting the brand sets that you've wanted at that soft cap of 500, you want to start making sure the attributes are the highest they can be. And while doing so, you'll be able to push your gear score up on that gear to 515. A max of 15 gear score can be obtained when recalibrating gear, and this actually works for both high-end brand sets as well as gear sets. So yeah, pretty much re-roll the attributes or roll an attribute that you want on, say, your chest, and bump up that gear score to a maximum of 515. Now whilst we're at the recalibration station or in that area, remember when I mentioned about the exotic LMG? Well, here is where it can come in handy. I've been using the Chatterbox SMG for as long as I can remember now, and the first thing I wanted to do in World Tier 5 was increase its gear score to 500, and you can do this pretty easily as well. What you'll have to do is buy the upgrade blueprint from the vendor just inside the base of operations, go back to the crafting bench and craft your chosen exotic up. But to do this, you'll also need an exotic component, and to get that component you have to deconstruct an exotic item, and yep, you guessed it, this is where that exotic LMG comes in. Like I said, it's not the best exotic at the moment, but it's probably one of the easier exotics to obtain, especially if you're in the DZ a lot. So yeah, deconstruct it and then use that exotic component, the chatterbox that you have at say 450 gear score, and then the upgrade blueprint, and you'll be able to push it and get an easy 500 gear score exotic chatterbox. Now, when I did this, I actually deconstructed my Liberty, the Kendra's Liberty pistol, because it's probably the easiest for me to obtain because I wasn't in the dark zone at that point, and I just seemed to have an abundance of D50s laying around. I know that's a problem a lot of you wish you had. Now moving on, it's time to familiarize yourself with endgame content. This is a little bit more straightforward than the previous points I made. Literally, play the game. It sounds hard, right? Make sure you've played Tidal Basin a few times, and make sure you understand how the Black Tusks act, and especially Wyvern, the boss at the end. She has a new mechanic that makes her invulnerable at certain points, so it might be worth knowing how you go about trying to bring her down, and being efficient when you can't actually deal damage to the boss. I would love to put my life savings, if I had any, that this will be a mechanic in the upcoming raid. If you're not quite sure what I'm on about, it's on your screen now. When they have the 3 exclamation marks sort of over their armor or health bar, this means they're not going to be able to take damage while that icon is there. So as soon as it's not there, you can start dealing damage again. As well as that, play the challenging and heroic content. This can be missions, bounties, or even level 4 control points. But make sure your build can handle the toughest of content, as well as understanding the NPC's behavior in these hardest activities. Mainly aim for the Black Tusk activities, because that's what the raid is going to be featuring. Well, that's what it looks like from the trailers anyway. The raid looks like it's going to be taken in Washington DC Airport, with Black Tusks as the faction we'll be fighting. But yeah, there you have it. Ways to get raid ready for the Division 2's raid at the end of April. If you did enjoy this video or have any questions, let us know by either leaving a comment or by clicking that like button. But as always, thank you so much for watching.
Thanks very much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to check out some more awesome stuff from us here at Arekkz Gaming, then you should definitely try to catch 269 and Paradise Central streaming 6 days a week. You can find a link to the multi-stream in the description box down below. They play a wide range of games, and what's more, we also have the Endgame store. By watching their streams, you earn currency, and you can redeem that currency on the Endgame store for really cool prizes. Those can range from things like games, comics, and figures, all the way up to controllers, capture cards, and even consoles. So definitely drop by and become part of the community. Of course, if you enjoyed this video, then make sure you're subscribed and be sure to click on that little bell icon to turn on notifications so you don't miss our next upload. You can watch more videos by clicking on the options here. But once again, thanks very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.